Running Google Ads for your towing business but noticing the cost per click keeps rising? In this video, I'll show you how to reduce your cost per click and with that way get more clicks and get more phone calls without raising your daily budget. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you're running Google Ads for your towing business and recently it seems like the cost per clicks are rising, then I've seen or heard these kind of things happening in many industries. So here in this video, we're going to talk about what you can do if you're experiencing this kind of problems and how I would decrease cost per click limits if I was managing an account with high cost per click limits. Personally, I manage Google Ads accounts of local service businesses and generated them thousands of phone calls or form submissions using Google Ads. Now you can see some results from here, and we're going to talk about the important strategies that I would use to lower cost per click limits. So let's get started. First of all, you need to find more variation of the keywords with less cost per click. For example, certain keywords might be costing you more. Now you might switch to certain types of keywords which might cost less. So for that, we might use the help of Google Ads Keyword Planner. So that would be one of the options. So we're going to go to Tools and the Planning. We're going to go to Keyword Planner and click on Discover New Keywords. Here as a location, I've chosen Los Angeles, and it doesn't matter. You can put your own target location, and after that, you can put your target keyword. So this is our target keyword, and we have 1062 keyword ideas available. Let's say you are mainly using this kind of keywords, towing near me or tow truck near me, let's say. And you can find more keyword ideas from here, which can cost less. So I went through some of the keywords and I found some keywords which might cost less compared to other keywords. So for example, one of them would be this one, 24-hour towing near me. And as you can see, the starting cost per click limit would be $1.08. This is cheaper than other keywords, as you can see. And if you're gonna scroll down, I've found another one, tow truck service near me, cheap, but some businesses may don't like this word cheap. So if you want, you can add that. Otherwise, you don't have to add that. But anyways, the cost per click limit here at the starting point is cheaper. And we're going to scroll down. And another one, nearest towing company near me. As you can see, top of page bid low range is cheaper compared to other keywords, 128. And we're going to scroll down, local towing company near me. As you can see, 169. It is cheaper compared to some of the keywords. Of course, tow shops near me is irrelevant. That's why it is cheaper. So that's how you can find keywords which might cost cheaper if you want to attract lower cost per click limits. A quick reminder, if you want to know how I got 2x more phone calls using two key strategies in Google Ads, click the link in the description below and I'll send you the video of how I did that for free. So this would be one of the ways. And another way would be by going to the campaign section and going to the insights and reports, and you can go to the search terms report and you can find keywords which have converted in the past, but they've generated lower cost per click limits. So you can add those kind of keywords as a target keyword if they haven't been added already. So this is also one of the best ways to add those kind of keywords because they have already proven themselves that they are good keywords to add. But for search terms report, you may not have enough number of keywords which you haven't added already. So if you cannot find keywords from search terms report or you have added the keywords already from search terms report, you can go to Keyword Planner and choose from these keywords as I've shown you. And the next strategy I would use, pausing the keywords which are spending the most. So you can pause the keywords which are generating higher cost per click, but keep in mind that those keywords should also be spending the most. For example, certain keywords might be getting higher cost per click, but they might be converting really well. So their conversion rate might be really high and the cost per phone call with those keywords might be still good. You should pay attention to those kind of keywords, but you should pause the keywords with higher cost per click. At the same time, the cost per phone call should be higher. Let's say the cost per phone call in the towing industry, let's say if it's $60 or $80, it is high. You can pause those kind of keywords. So we're going to go to the target keywords and pause those kind of keywords which are spending the most to get one phone call, as well as they should be getting higher cost per click limits. So that's how you can identify those kind of keywords. And the third way would be limiting maximum cost per click limit amount. So let's say this is your campaign, and if you're gonna go to the settings section, you might be using maximize conversions, and maximize conversions might be causing you to get higher cost per click limits, because that's not unusual. When you use maximize conversions, the cost per click limits can be really high sometimes. And lately, I've seen in different campaigns, the cost per click limits can be way higher when using maximize conversions. So you should be really careful when using maximize conversion. And if you want to limit the cost per click limits, I would not suggest you to use maximize conversions. I would suggest you to use maximize clicks. So you can put maximum cost per click limit here, or you can use manual CPC, which I think is even better than maximize clicks, because with manual CPC, you can put different maximum cost per click limits for different keywords. So I would suggest you to use either maximize clicks or manual CPC, but manual CPC is my recommended option because you can put different cost per click limits for different keywords depending on their performance. Because not all keywords can perform the same. That's why putting the limit depending on their performance would make sense. And the next thing on our list, you should work on your ad relevancy. So we can go to the campaign section and we're going to go to ads. So this is our ad. And for example, these are our target keywords. And I would suggest you to create highly targeted ads for specific keywords. For example, if you are targeting local towing company, your headlines should mostly say local specific keywords. So you should say need local towing company, question mark, or local towing company near you. So the headlines and descriptions should be relevant to the target keywords. And if they are searching for 24/7 towing services, for example, and you are targeting that specific keyword, your headlines should be including those keywords. And with that way, the ad copies can be super targeted. And if your ad relevance is high, Google Ads can reward you with higher quality score. And then you can pay less cost per click to bid for the same keyword. So the key here is if you are using specific target keywords, your headlines and descriptions should be highly relevant to those target keywords. And with that way, you can increase your ad relevance. And with high ad relevance, your cost per click limits can go down. And the next thing on our list, you should work on your landing page quality. This is one of the most important steps for towing service businesses. And if somebody doesn't call you directly from the ad, your landing page should convert those visitors and you should get phone calls from your landing page. So you should work on the mobile version of your landing page. So let's imagine this is our landing page and this is the mobile version, and you can see the different versions of the landing page. And I would suggest you should work on your main headline. So your main headline should be at the center and you should have some descriptions and call us button. Your landing page should be very clean and it shouldn't have many call to actions. So you shouldn't have call us button or chat widgets or form submissions all in the same initial loading section of the website. Initial loading means once the page loads, users shouldn't see all of them at once. The most important things should appear at the initial loading section of the website and it should be really clean. And again, if you want to know more about the landing pages, I've talked about that in my free video of how I doubled the number of phone calls using 2 key strategies. You can check that. But overall, landing pages are super important. And for my clients, I would specifically pay attention to that part. But even if you bring highly relevant traffic to the landing page, but the landing page cannot convert those users and cannot convince them to make phone calls to your business, whatever you can do with your ads can be a waste of time and can be a waste of money. So you should work on your landing page as well to convert visitors who are visiting your website. And you should create a call focused landing page to generate phone calls. And that can be one of the most important steps when it comes to running Google Ads for towing service businesses. And the last thing in our list, I would recommend you to do split testing with your ads. So here we have one version of the ad. And if I'm going to cancel this and see only one version of the ad, this is one version of the ad in our ad group. And we can duplicate that. We can copy that and paste it once more and create another version of the ad, but change only certain parts and create A/B test version of the same ad. With that way, we can test a different version of the ad, try to make it more relevant to our target keywords. Maybe you are doing something wrong with this ad copy. Maybe after changing certain parts, your ads can be more relevant to your target keyword. With that way, you can see how these two ads can be compared to each other, and you can find better version of the ad copy with cheaper cost per click limits. And testing would be one of the best ways to find a winning ad, and you can keep testing, and there can be different ways to test. For example, once you have created another version of the ad and you have found your winning ad, then in the future you can create another version of the test and you can test other parts. For example, you may have found your target keywords. Then you can test your call to actions, for example. Here are our call to actions: call now for fast towing, call us now, we're available, call now, we're open. You may change certain parts in the call to actions, and that could generate more conversions by changing specific sections in the call to actions. So you can keep testing, and that can help you to reduce your cost per click limits, and certain version of the ad copies can be better in terms of generating more phone calls. So guys, these are some of the ways how you can reduce the cost per click limits if you are running Google Ads for your towing business. Again, if you guys want to know how I doubled the number of phone calls using 2 effective strategies with Google Ads, you can click the link in the description below and I'll send that video of how I did that for free. Or if you guys want my help to generate phone calls for your towing business, you can apply to work with me and we can see whether we can work together. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.